39-year-old man who allegedly stabbed his girlfriend to death 2 weeks ago is today expected to apply for bail in the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court. Police say David Masithela went to Kopanong Police Station to request assistance for his girlfriend who had allegedly been assaulted. Court proceedings have been delayed, and watching those developments is our Aphumelele Mdlalane, who joins us now from the court corridors. And it's a devastating story, this, Aphumelele. One can only wonder how the family here is feeling.
It is indeed a devastating story, Ayanda. When I visited the family, just to get a sense of what really transpired, we could see from their eyes that they've lost a breadwinner, someone who was taking care of the family. And they are saying enough is enough, and they need, of course, justice to prevail in this matter. I can just indicate also, Ayanda, that we're still waiting. The proceedings have not started yet, and we understand that they want to deal with other cases first before this one, as I did indicate that it has gained traction, and it's led this time around, interestingly, by men who are saying that enough is enough and this should come to stop. But just want to invite now the Premier of the province, Queen Mathai, who's been seen coming to this gender-based violence case since she took to office. Let's talk about what is government exactly doing in terms of addressing this issue.
Thank you very much, and good morning to your viewers. As I indicated last week when we were here, that we want men to lead this. The example behind you, we got men from different churches, and the Methodist Church is leading the campaign today. But mainly from government point of view is that the same way we were approaching elections when we were pleading with churches to say on every Sunday, put this on your agenda as church service, as pastors, different churches. We need to approach this issue of JBV the same way, word by word, VD by VD. We must organize the same volunteers that we use when we're approaching elections to really assist us in making sure that we fight this GBV and we educate as well. Because as you can see that police can work, but once communities are not involved and once communities are not part of this campaign, we'll never ever deal with this matter. Yes, it was declared as a pandemic, but that pandemic must be stopped by us as communities. And when we were at the funeral on Sunday, I urged young people to really check, because the problem is that you cannot vet whoever gets into a relationship with one. But if you can see all these cases, people who are suspects in all these murder cases are people who claim to be lovers of these victims, and that is so sad. So we are here, we've invited churches, and I'm happy that they are here. We have the government is here, all my MECs are here, Mdlalane is here, and two other MECs. We are going to take this matter. The other challenge that was brought to us on Sunday was when one lady, a mother of one of the victims, said to us, the same way you filled Ramabodu Stadium when Bafana was playing, we are expecting that from you, government, to really assist us. And this is exactly what we are going to do. We're just telling the MECs here, we are going to call men from Mangaung. We are going to fill that stadium and really engage men on this matter so that they can be able to assist us. But what is needed here is VD-to-VD campaign, street committees. We should be knowing. We're also going to launch your Know Your Neighbor campaign. I think that's what we need to do now.
Interesting point there, Premier, but the public outcry, we do know that issues of resources that are not sufficient to address the issues of service delivery. In this instance, when there are reports of criminal acts that are happening in the locations, the police take time to even address that issue. Are you ready now in terms of this specific one to make sure that there are resources that could go to people and address such issues?
Thank you very much. We are ready. I just told Mdlalane that one thing that we also need to address is to make sure that we have metro police here, because that's where the challenge is as well. SABC on its own will never ever deal with all these issues. Sometimes it's very difficult, as we all know that the competency of SABC is at national level. But remember, I was once the MEC of Community Safety, Roads and Transport, and what we did in that, we raised the issue of resources. We need communities, our communities are expanding, hence there's a need for involvement of communities, because our communities are expanding. expanding, and the more you expand, the more you need resources, because we have to have roads that goes there, we have to have more police, we have to have more police stations. But what is key is involvement of communities in making sure that we report this, have strong CPFs. This is what I'm challenging municipalities currently, that we also need what you call a municipal policing forum, just to reinforce what we have. So we're going to strengthen our CPFs, we're going to launch a municipal police forum in all our municipalities. We're going to make sure that we equip patrollers. Currently, there's one business person who really committed in making sure that we are going to buy the patrollers protective clothing, so that we reinforce our system, because as we don't have capacity to be in every ward and all the time, but we need communities more than any other person.
Well, Ayanda, we hear it all from Premier Mdlalane Matai saying that all hands should be on deck in terms of addressing the issue of gender-based violence. But also, again, what is interesting with what she's saying is that she's confirming that there is a challenge of resources. That's just one of the things that needs to be addressed before they go to the community and fill up that stadium like they did when it was election time. And is saying that is working with everyone on board. Like I did indicate that today this march is led by men, and we see the men in church uniforms. They have come to say that this should come to a halt. I just want to invite one here. The importance there of you being in the forefront in terms of addressing this issue of gender-based violence.
Yes, madam. As a church, we felt that we are provoked, and the silence of the church it has to expire, and we must find ourselves in the corridors and dealing with the community challenged issues that are making such rounds and such volume in our society. We are standing as men to accept that we can be men, however, we are thinking differently, and we are not condoning what's happening, and we'll never ever condone that. Our stance as the church, our stance as men is real men are still in our society. Real men are found everywhere. You can find real men in church, out of church. So we are here today as congregants. We are here to say, let this killing of women stop. And we are going to really run with programs of moral regeneration to reinvent peace pursuant as the creation of God. This is what we are here for. Thank you so much.
We heard, Ayanda, those men in the forefront, of course, are saying that there will be programs that will be, of course, made available for men to come and be part of, addressing the issues that they are confronted with. I see that everyone is making their way to court. Like I did indicate that we have been granted permission thereof. We will have to come and film. Just want to show you, Ayanda, that as you can see in the front row, we see the Premier Mdlalane Matai as well as fellow colleagues, which is the MEC for Public Works, the MEC for Sports, as well as the ANC Secretary of the province is here, and MEC for Police, Roads and Transport is here. Behind we see some members of the family. This is expected to be full to capacity. And we also saw the families of the victim, Bongiwe Pulamba. But it's just unfortunate at this moment in time that they are not here. I would have loved to talk to them just to understand how's been, of course, preparations thereof, given that the funeral has not taken place. We're only going to know today when is going to be the funeral. And this incident, Ayanda, happened 2 weeks ago, and this is the second appearance, as we are expecting Masithela to be asking for that bail. But in such instances, we do know that they like abandoning their bail application, given that that they won't be comfortable to go to the public, as they could see that everyone is up in arms and saying that the perpetrators should remain in jail, should remain in custody, justice should prevail. We're expecting those proceedings not to take long today, as we'll be hearing from the legal representatives, as also as to the state, whether they are ready and to proceed with this case going forward. I'll get back to you with all that information, but for now, anytime from now, the presiding magistrate will come in and we'll start with the proceedings, Ayanda.
All right, and we look forward to that reporting. Aphumelele Mdlalane is live to us now from inside the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court. A really important story that we're going to keep watching for you as it unfolds. Aphumelele, for now, thanks very much indeed.